What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the weekly trade recaps. If you're new to the weekly trade recaps, every week we're going through 2 of our winners inside the MAM and 2 losers. Let's jump into it. So first off, we have Euro USD with a 0.5% loss, and this guy was sitting at a support where we were going to go long. But then got stopped out with a 0.5% loss. This was a trade with a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. Our entry point was the 1.110 price level. As you can see, price bounced a bit around in these areas here. And you can also, we had a wick in that area. So we thought, price is going to come back down and it's going to respect this support. So price came down, touched our support, and you can see a 4-hour close. So you can see that bullish candle over there. Unfortunately, this bullish candle was not a good entry confirmation, and it simply rejected our trend line over here inside the 1-hour time frame. If I zoom in a little more, you can see we have this trend line over here that got rejected on the entry. This was a failed trade. We got stopped out at 0.5% on Euro USD, and since then the Euro USD has even fallen lower. That's good because we worked with the stop loss, so our loss was minimized at 0.5%, which isn't too bad of a loss. So if I go into the daily here, it even passed through the support over here, which is a pretty significant support zone that it just went through. This would be another, buying opportunity, but, we didn't take it. It just went through a support. So the next support is this zone over here, which it also broke through. But since this is the daily, we could see another strong rejection in this area because it's pretty much still sitting on that support line. If you see, you can see a rejection in this area here. It was struggling a bit in this area, and now it's back in this area. So it closed within that zone, it didn't close below it. So we could see it go back maybe to that support line, but that's another video just for the forecast video. So now let's move into our next trade. In this trade, we're looking at crude oil, which was a loss of -1%. And this oil has been pretty interesting, to say the least, for the last couple of weeks. It's been a pretty bearish market. Right now we're sitting in a major support, which we should see the market correct itself and go back up to our target areas. This was a loser at -1%, but we do have multiple positions still open with this trade, so we're still expecting it to go up. It's just this one position got stopped out on this trade. So we're now moving into the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to show you what happened. We want to go long on this trade, so we were on the support here. You can see we entered here, and the price went up and then immediately bounced back below support. You can see it hit our stop loss basically by the pip over here, and then it actually bounced back up. So it hit our stop loss and then it bounced back up. But that's all right. We do have more positions open on this trade, like I said, and we are expecting the price to go back up, hopefully break this trend line over here, retest it, and then go to our target zone. If it does break the trend line and it goes to this first target, we could see a pretty significant rally to the upside, minimum to the 55 price level, 57, perhaps even 59. But we'll take it one step at a time. First, this is going to be our first target. Okay, so let's move on to some winners. Now we're looking at GBP JPY, which we closed at plus 1.3% with 2 positions. Now, GBP JPY has been in this support area, which we took advantage of. So now, right now I'm looking at the daily chart. I'm going to switch back to the 4-hour chart. So we're going to have a closer look what happened. And this was actually a pretty quick trade. So we entered on the 4th and we pretty much exited on the same day, just a couple hours later. So what happened pretty much is, if I go back to the daily, we can see on the daily we had a really good support line. Let me draw this up for you guys. So this was our support, and it's our support simply because we see a lot of rejection in this area. So you can see we had rejection here. We had another rejection here, another rejection here. So, you know, it had a couple of touch points on this support zone, which indicates to us that this support zone is currently holding, and price is not breaking through this support. So that's the trade we took. If I go to the 4-hour again, you can see we entered on this support here, and then price went up, had a pretty strong bullish candle, and then we closed our target right at this point at 1.08. We went up a little more, but you know, this was more, looks like more of a fake out, and then price immediately dropped again. So this was a good target for us. We got a 1.3% out of this trade, which is more than enough. We might be looking at going long again on this trade if we see confirmation. We just want to see some more structure, perhaps a break of this trend line, and then go up again. Because if you look at the daily time frame, you can see price was bullish and then it was consolidating in this area, and then now we touched the resistance, and now it's consolidating again on this support level. So from here we could go back up and go back up to this resistance, maybe touch this again, and then perhaps fall down again to a lower area. But that's what we're seeing right now. Of course, we'll have a look at it and see, you know, it could look like this now, but in the future it might look different. So once we see confirmation of entry, we might go into a long position again. But again, for future trades and for forecasts, make sure to check out our forecast video. But make sure that there's a link in the description, or you can also click on the info card in the upper right hand corner. We publish a weekly trade recap every week. That's why it's called weekly. And we also publish a weekly forecast. So you can see the past trades we've taken in the MAM, in our fund, and also some of the trades we're looking to take next week. Okay, so this is the last trade we're going to be looking at today, which is a winner on Euro GBP 0.4%. Right now I'm on the daily chart, and again we can see that we have some support in this area. I'm going to draw that support again for you guys, so we can see we had a lot of touch points here, and you know, based on the wicks. So if you look at the wicks here, there's those long tails. You can see, you know, price went down and immediately shot back up, and then same thing again here, right? You can see this very long wick. So based on some of those patterns, we've indicated this is a good support zone to go long. And if I switch back to the 4-hour, I'm gonna see more information. So this was a pretty quick trade as well. So you can see we entered on the 2nd February and we were out the 3rd February, the next day. And we had some pretty strong momentum. So you can see these big bull candles. Again, we entered on the support. You can see price went out of support. This was our entry line here. And then we went up to the next resistance, which was this order box here. A lot of times we see these interesting candles. It's a little consolidation. It's called an order box, where orders are sitting, and you know, once price hits that point, sometimes we can see a strong rejection. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You can see some good rejection here. You can see these wicks touching support, seeing that rejection, and then same again here. And we saw we have a bullish engulfing that kind of triggered the entry, and then we went up to the next resistance. Price, you know, touched this resistance zone here up top. It's a little clearer once you go to the higher time frame, but then it dropped again. Overall, it's been a pretty good week. We closed the week at 0.4% in profit. And if you want to learn more about kind of how that happened and more statistics about the week, make sure to join our MAM updates channel on Telegram, which is absolutely free. You're going to be getting all of our trades that we take. Also, make sure to subscribe for weekly forecast videos where we share with you the trades we're going to be taking the coming weeks. My name is Patrick, and I'll see you guys in the next video.